Hey, this is M from Alpha Male Secrets, and in today's free coaching lesson, I thought I'd give you my top 2 secrets that every guy needs to learn coming out of the womb. So every guy just being born, I wish I could just go back. If I could just go back to when I was 5 or 6 years old and just go back and tell myself there's only 2 things that you will need to focus on in this lifetime. And if you do not focus on these 2 things, life will suck, right? And I wish that school could have told us this, and I wish teachers could have told us this, but nobody ever told us this as guys, right? And those 2 things that I would tell myself that I want you to focus on throughout your lifetime, just 2 things, is how to make money and how to get women. That's it. Those are the 2 things I want you to focus on. Don't worry about math, don't worry about arithmetic, don't worry about English class, don't worry about that stuff. They'll just come naturally. Do your best at it. But where I really want you to focus on is on these 2 things: how to make money and how to get the women that you want in your life. All right? And fortunately, when I got a little bit older, when I started entering middle school, I started working on the second problem, which was how to get women and how to get the popular girls to like me, and how could I get the most popular girl to like me. It was always a challenge for me. So I was able to carry that on into my adulthood, where I became a dating coach, because I was always going after the girls that kind of seemed out of reach. It was always the hottest girl in the school. And as a matter of fact, by the time I got into high school, by the time I got to my senior prom, I actually did have the 2 hottest girls in school competing to be my date. All right, and that was a pretty big feat for a guy who, came from middle school where, I was pretty unpopular, even got picked on growing up, and the popular girls always ignored me. But again, because I made it a primary focus, by the time I got into high school, I was able to kind of strategically move up the ranks to where the point where when I was a senior in high school and prom time came around and everyone was scrambling for dates, even the jocks who were popular were scrambling for dates. I had the 2 most popular, most hottest girls at our school competing to be my date. It was a great feeling. I'll never forget it. I kind of wish I had 2 proms, because I wanted to take the other girl with me as well. But it ended up coming down to where I asked each one over the phone. I said, well, what are we going to do in prom? And one girl said, well, nothing, we're just gonna hang out and have fun. And then the other girl said, what do you wanna do? And I'm like, you're coming with me to prom. So that's how I made my decision. Getting back to my point, the 2 major problems that you are gonna deal with as a man are, number 1, how to make money, and number 2, how to get women, all right? And not just average women, because most guys could get average looking women, but hot women. The women that most guys will only see in a magazine and will never ever see in person, much less ever touch in person. So those are the 2 key problems that we all face as men growing up: how to make money and how to get hot women. And these problems, if you do not deal with them, will haunt you for the rest of your life. And guess what? Nobody told us this, right? Nobody told us this growing up. We were never told this. We were told that you have to go to school, right? Go to school, you get a good job, and then somehow maybe one day you'll just meet your wife. But really, did it turn out that way? No, it didn't turn out that way. And this is why, like I said, if I could go back and tell myself, hey, forget about school, these are the 2 things I want you to focus on, and really ingrain it into my head, and just force myself to adhere to this lifetime philosophy of these 2 things that I want myself to learn and become a master at in life, is A, how to make money, and B, how to get women, okay? In that order, all right? In that order. Because if you go for the women first, like I did, they become a huge distraction, and then you kind of forget about the money. So all throughout high school and my 20s, I was pretty irresponsible, and I was just hopping from hot girlfriend to hot girlfriend because I could, because I had acquired that skill and I made it. It became almost like a life passion to just, how do I get this girl? How do I get this hot girl into my life? How do I make her my girlfriend? And I was so successful at it that, I was distracted. And as I teach my dating students, women, are especially hot women, are huge distractions. They are huge distractions, especially if you're a young man, as I was back then. They're huge distractions, and it makes you not want to work. And I didn't want to work, and I just want to spend my time with them. And that's why I didn't really work on my career or my finances back then, and I was kind of late in the game playing catch up. This is why I say in that order, how to make money and then how to get hot women. Because as long as you're focused on the money first, you just become more of a, you just gain more life experience, you become more of a worldly person, you become more mature, you become more financially mature, mentally mature, emotionally mature, where I was immature in all of those categories. I was financially immature, mentally immature, and emotionally immature, but yet I could get these drop dead hot girls to become my girlfriend and to date me. And inadvertently, as fun as that was, and as fun as it is even to this day, because I'm still doing that, as great as that is, you neglect the other aspects of life that you really need to venture into as a man. Because if you don't, you'll start kind of like, yeah, your emotions will just be like a roller coaster where one day things are great and one day things aren't, you know, and you'll just kind of be bouncing off the walls like a little kid eating too much sugar. Where, you know, as a man, like when you are really fulfilling your responsibilities as a man and you're going out there and you're doing what you need to do, and you don't make women your priority, you know, you'll just become more of a whole person. And it wasn't until I really started taking my career seriously and I really started making women secondary that everything came full circle. Financially, I came full circle. Spiritually, I came full circle. And even in my relationships, they came full circle to where, you know, back then I was able to get a hot girl to be my girlfriend, but I couldn't hang on to her because I was basically living for her, right? Because I didn't really have a career. I didn't care about that. I just wanted to date hot girls. And so I was bouncing from hot girl to hot girl because I was constantly getting dumped because I wasn't on my path as a man. I wasn't on my path and purpose. And I was just constantly bouncing from girlfriend to girlfriend. And I remember even like every time I get a girlfriend, I'd have to count down like how long until she loses attraction for me to where I need to find another one. And that was all because I wasn't following my path and purpose as a man. I wasn't building my career, aka I wasn't learning how to make money. I wasn't going after the money. And in order to survive in life, guess what? You need money, right? Of course, money cannot buy happiness, but you know what also cannot buy happiness is not having money. I mean, because when you don't have money and you're struggling and you can't provide for yourself, you're not going to be happy. So obviously you need money. So these two problems are what you're going to be faced with as a man throughout your entire life until you focus on them like a laser beam and fix them. How to make money and how to attract the opposite sex, namely beautiful women, right? Because you don't want to date just average girls, just like you don't want to make an average income. You want to go for the best you could possibly get. You always want to go for the best, right? And that's what I teach you guys, is never settle for anything less than the best, all right? You always have to go for the best. And when it comes to money and when it comes to women, those are the two key aspects in my life that I focused on being the best at. Like making money, I want to be the best at that. I want to master it. And then also with women, I want to be the best at that. I want to get the best, most high caliber, best looking girls into my life that obviously fit my values and fit my beliefs, because I don't want just some hot, you know, idiotic slut in my life. I want a high value girl. I want a high value, high caliber, beautiful woman who has goals, that could be my teammate, that I can trust, because it's very easy to go out there and just get, you know, some nightclub slut or some nightclub celebrity, or, you know, some bar trash who's kind of cute. You know, it's very easy to do that. So you don't want that. You want the best. You want the best of the best, as they say in Top Gun. You want a high caliber, hot, good looking, beautiful woman. And at the same time, you want an income source that is going to provide like crazy, okay? In this day and age, I mean, even 6 figures is not a big deal anymore, right? But you should at least, if you're not making 6 figures now, that should be your benchmark first, is 6 figures. And once you hit that, your next benchmark should be 7 figures, right? So you want to be the best that you can at making money as well. And whether that be in your career, if you can climb the ladder in your career, if there's like a higher position that you can get where you can start bringing in a ton more income, or what I like to do, what I always teach my students, start your own business, learn entrepreneurship, learn how to start your own business online, learn how to make money online. And not all those all that scammy nonsense that is out there, because there's a ton of scammy nonsense out there, but learn from guys who are actually doing it, guys who are trustworthy, guys who are providing value and not trying to sell you the next brilliant piece of software that's gonna do everything for you. Because the truth is, you have to do it yourself. Like me and my YouTube channels and my videos, I create all of my own content, I write all of my own content. It comes from my heart, it comes from my own life experience, it comes from my own value, my own mentors that I've learned from that I want to share with you. It comes from the thousands and thousands of books that I read and the hundreds of books that I read each month and continue to read. I share that value with you, and I don't outsource my content. There's nobody in India or the Philippines writing this, I see a lot of other guys do. They have content providers who do everything for them. I don't. That's the one thing I don't outsource, is my own content. Like I said, I write it all myself, and it comes from my own heart, my own experiences, the value that I have to give, and the thousands and thousands of books that I've read, and the mentors that I've had. So before I go off on a tangent, like I said, those are the two things as a man, as an alpha male, as a real alpha male, that you need to focus on and master in your lifetime, is how to make money and how to attract the opposite sex, namely hot women. Okay, so how to make money, meaning how to make a lot of money, and number two, how to attract hot women, how to attract the opposite sex. Those are the two biggest problems that you face in life, and they will haunt you through the rest of your days until you master them. All right, so stop putting them off and start making it your laser focus to become a master at it. Okay, and this is something school never told you, your parents never told you, society never told you, but I am telling you, these are the two things that have haunted your entire life and will continue to haunt you. And these are the two things that have really led to a lot of your unhappiness in life, is the lack of these two things: money, a lot of money, and hot women. I guarantee it. A lot of money and hot women. Those are the science, forget English class, arithmetic, social studies, forget college, forget all that stuff. None of it matters except those two things that I've just told you about. These are your two biggest problems that you are going to face in life forever until you master them: how to make money and how to attract the opposite sex. Period. So until next time, this is M from Alpha Male Secrets, and I will see you in my next coaching lesson.